I've gotten pregnant by your husband.
Yes?
Sorry for overlooking you, the wife without children.
Who is this?
I'm Anne, a stripper in Miami.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
You're 2 years younger than me. How did you get my contact information?
I just unlocked his phone with his fingerprint while Tom was asleep.
Did you go to such lengths just to one-up a childless woman? You strippers must be really bored.
You even have the audacity to pretend like you're fine after your husband has been stolen and even got a young woman pregnant. It's just too pitiful. I can't watch.
I'm not one to show my feelings.
You should cry in regret.
I can't do that. Sorry.
Boring, even though I took the trouble to text you.
I'm sorry if I'm not meeting your expectations. So, what do you want?
You to break up with Tom right away. I, who am going to birth the heir, should be the CEO's wife. I'm more important.
You're being pretty presumptuous for a mistress. If you just scatter seeds, some will bloom somewhere.
A woman who can't even bloom a flower being so arrogant.
When you put it that way, we haven't been intimate for a while now.
You're pitiful. You're not even seen as a woman anymore.
Say whatever you like.
You're just a dumb housewife, so you're going to hysterically demand pay me alimony, right? I have a few million. It's neither painful nor itchy to me.
Then I'll take it without reserve.
It's all about the money after all. It's only natural that you were dumped.
You're the same, aren't you? You wouldn't give a second glance to Tom if he wasn't the CEO.
I love Tom's inner self. I don't need anything as long as he's there. Don't let me together with your greedy self.
Is that so? Then please be happy with the wonderful Tom.
You mean a divorce, right?
Yes, I don't mind if it's true, but the divorce will have to wait a year.
Why? The baby will be born by then.
It'll definitely be in my hands after a year. You can adopt it later.
No, I don't want to if I'm not married when I submit the birth certificate.
Even if you say that, I have my circumstances.
What can you do in a year? All you have to do is sign it quickly and submit it to the city hall.
Divorce isn't that simple. And I haven't even talked to my husband yet. I can't just take your word for it.
Everything I said is true.
It's impossible to believe what a person who would steal someone else's husband says.
Stop blabbing and get a divorce quickly.
I don't remember being told what to do by you.
This damn woman.
I wonder if you can even work as a cocktail waitress with such full language.
You! I won't forgive you.
I think I'm the only one who has the right to be angry in this situation.
Remember this.
I'm Elma, a 30-year-old stay-at-home mom. My husband Tom is the CEO of a company, and I thought he was a serious character who doesn't spend his time in a flashy way. I imagined he was completely tricked by some foolish woman at a cabaret club we happened to visit. When I confronted Tom upon his return home, he quickly confessed. He also admitted to the matter about the child. I was somewhat shocked by the reality I was once again confronted with, and tears fell. I got Tom to agree to a divorce in a year and promised to persuade her as well, but she was not a person to back down. What she did next was something outrageous with an absolutely stupid plan.
I will give you one more chance to say yes, so please get divorced quickly.
No.
What a stupid woman to waste my kindness.
I don't care if you're stupid or dumb. What do you want?
Where do you think I am right now?
I don't have time for quizzes.
I'm at the ward office.
So what?
I'm about to submit a divorce notice for you and Tom.
Huh?
If you can't do it, I'll help you get divorced.
Hey, do you realize that's a crime?
It's document forgery, but it's not a serious crime, so it's okay. I guess this wouldn't lead to jail time.
You're pregnant, aren't you? Shouldn't you stop?
I'm in a hurry because I'm pregnant.
It's not good to get pregnant without a plan. Don't push your situation on me.
You're a childless woman with a lot of time. You should just get divorced quickly and leave that house.
Are you after the house too?
Of course, it's my dream to live in a tower mansion. I'm definitely going to live there, so it's my rightful place as the legal wife.
Are you really longing for something like that?
Is that wrong? Leave me alone.
Didn't you say you didn't need anything as long as Tom was there?
You need a house and money to live, right? That I was able to snag Tom, who has these, is also a result of my abilities.
Ah, I see. But you should wait a year. For your own sake, take that forged divorce document and go home right now.
Don't command me.
Then do as you like.
You'll be able to give up too once we're no longer a couple by law, right? You should thank me for giving you this push.
Can you truly love Tom no matter what happens?
Don't ask obvious questions. Even if I make enemies of everyone in the world, I will stand by him.
That's reassuring.
You lose. Alright, take care now.
Elma?
What's the deal with the group chat invite? Trying to win Tom back by crying to him? It's too late for that. I filed for divorce yesterday.
What?
I filed for you so Tom doesn't have to worry.
I didn't sign anything.
I signed on your behalf.
Isn't that a crime?
You were planning to sign anyway, so it's not an issue.
You're serious.
We'll deal with that later. We have important things to discuss today.
I have nothing to discuss here. It's my total victory. I'll gladly take the CEO's genes and his fortune.
And his AIDS, right?
What are you talking about?
Tom has AIDS.
What?
You remember the blood test from the infertility treatment the other day?
Yeah. You're lying.
The results came in yesterday. I wanted to tell you, but you weren't coming home. I figured it would be kinder to let you both know at the same time.
AIDS? It's contagious, right?
Yes, primarily through blood and sexual transmission.
Oh no, that's the worst. Unbelievable. Gross. What's the matter with you? This is not a joke.
What?
I was with this man without knowing anything. What will you do if I get infected? I don't want to die yet.
Anne.
That's why ignorance is...
What?
If you take medication and live with AIDS, you can live a normal life. With proper treatment and correct knowledge, you can prevent the onset and transmission to others. You can even have children.
That's not reliable. What if my baby gets infected? Can you take responsibility for that?
It's not my position to take responsibility. Tom, you should go to the hospital first.
Is this for real? AIDS? Really?
Calm down. It's going to be okay.
And Elma.
I tested negative.
Thank goodness. Elma, I'm scared. Please help me.
The person you should be leaning on is over there.
Stop it! Don't try to pawn off your sickly self on me.
What?
That's why you didn't hesitate and readily agree to the divorce. I had a feeling something was off. You were just happy to get rid of your AIDS-stricken husband, weren't you?
Were you even listening to our conversation? I found out just yesterday. You had asked for a divorce a while ago, saying you'd be fine with it after a year.
I don't need this disease-ridden person anyway.
Hey, what are you saying? I chose to divorce Elma just so I could marry you.
Don't push your points so assertively.
What are we going to do about the kid? You insisted that it's my child, didn't you?
I don't need a father with AIDS.
Didn't Elma tell you? Treatment is available.
I can't. I can't even share the same space.
How cruel.
Where on earth did you get this disease, you cheater?
No, I haven't cheated since I married Elma.
But you wanted to do it with me.
You even said you don't remember that. I just woke up in your room in the morning.
Really?
I was shown a picture of us sleeping together in bed and was told that a child was on the way.
You just believed that?
You cried and said you wanted to give birth, and I felt I had to take responsibility as a man.
This is suspicious. I was going to suggest it eventually, but maybe we should get a DNA test sooner.
How could you say that? This child is undoubtedly Tom's child.
If there's no mistake, there's no need to fear a test.
The strain on the mother.
The test can be done with a blood test from the mother, so don't worry. Is there something inconvenient for you?
No, but I want you to believe me because I don't lie.
If you don't lie, you're lying now. I love what's inside Tom. Even if the whole world turns against me, he's my ally. Didn't you say that?
But that was before I knew about the AIDS.
Don't call it love if you're going to abandon someone just because they're sick. Can you please stop lightly throwing around the word love?
You're annoying. You're a liar too. You said you wouldn't divorce for a year and then easily agreed to it.
I didn't get a divorce.
What? What do you mean?
Did you make sure the divorce papers were accepted at the counter?
I don't know if I was able to submit them. They asked for identification, so I thought it was risky and just left the papers at the counter and ran.
Then it shouldn't have been accepted. Well, it was impossible to begin with.
What do you mean?
I had submitted a document for non-acceptance of the divorce application.
What's this all about?
It's a procedure where I'm telling them not to accept a divorce petition filed by anyone but me.
Did you really do something like that? Why on earth did you need to delay our divorce by a year? Just spit it out.
I wanted to give a substantial share of our assets to Tom.
What do you mean by that?
Remember the company I invested in?
Oh, the one where you put a good chunk of your father-in-law's inheritance into.
Right, that company is planning to go public next year.
Oh, that's impressive.
When it goes public, I wanted to sell the stocks and give half of the proceeds to you as part of the asset division.
But why? I'm the man who betrayed you.
When I heard that you had a child with Tom, I was upset, but I was also relieved. I always loved seeing your face soften when you saw children in the city or the park.
Elma.
That's why, no matter if you cheated or stole someone's love, I wanted you to become a father. If it goes public, the stock price will rise. There will be no gift tax on the division of property, so I wanted you to wait until the company goes public to divorce.
You've thought that much about me.
Even after the divorce, you can still split the property. Don't make excuses.
Maybe you're right. It might just have been my selfishness. I said I'd wait a year because I still had feelings for Tom.
I knew it!
But you never know what will happen with your company, Tom. I thought as long as there's money, you won't have to make your child suffer.
You've thought that much about me.
Wait a minute. How much are these stocks worth?
If you sell them, I think they'd be worth a few million.
Wow! You should have told me that sooner.
Huh?
Tom, I'll put up with your AIDS, but we'll be living separately. I won't let you meet the child, and I won't meet you either. We'll communicate online. Every month, you'll provide me with $50,000 for living expenses. These are my terms.
What's she talking about?
She must be out of her mind.
Right.
I'm also worn out from the past few days of this conversation.
What? I've made so many concessions. You should be grateful.
I want you to provide proof that the child in your belly is mine.
That's impossible.
It's not impossible. It can be done with today's medical technology.
I'll contract AIDS.
What are you talking about? You won't get it from a test.
If the test results show it's my child, I'll take responsibility. But remember this if you're lying.
Are you done? I kind of have an idea what's going on.
I don't want to say.
That's your answer then.
I'm glad. I knew I hadn't cheated after all.
You also have your share of blame, getting drowned in booze.
I know. Elma, I'm sorry.
I can't forgive you easily. Let's talk later.
Wait, what happens to me?
Why don't you rely on the real father?
That's what I don't know, and that's why I'm troubled.
What do I know? That's all I can say.
You almost got me to raise someone else's child.
Well, let's just leave it. It's a waste of time to get involved with such a woman. She'll self-destruct on her own.
You won't give me child support, will you?
Give me a break.
My plan failed. Just give me the money.
I've dealt with a crooked club girl. One problem solved. Wait, hold on a minute. How did Tom eventually get HIV? Please wait, I'll talk to Tom. Tom, I overlooked it earlier, but how did you get HIV?
Well,
That was close. I almost went back to him.
no, that's not it. I have no idea myself. Maybe on a plane or in a bar.
HIV doesn't spread through saliva or air.
Maybe some blood spattered on me.
What situation were you in? Be honest.
Sorry, I went overboard overseas.
This is the worst. It's your own fault.
I'm sorry. I didn't think it would come to this.
You touched me with the hand you used for such dirty play.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
We're getting divorced.
Why? You said we'd talk.
There's no room for discussion. I'll go through my lawyer. Huh? You think I'd give it to you?
Are you serious? That's billions.
If the other party is a foreigner, I can't claim damages, but I'll take your property.
Please, have mercy.
Be prepared. I got a divorce. He admitted to sexual intercourse with an unspecified number of people, and I got half of the property. I got tested for HIV just in case, but it was negative. I wonder if that club girl got tested. Well, whatever. Tom told his trusted aide about his HIV. Then, because of the prejudice against him, he had to resign. The rumors spread quickly. Talented people left one after another, and it seems the company went bankrupt. Now it seems he's juggling multiple jobs while still in debt. Who would have thought it would come to this? It's not a scary disease if you have the right knowledge, but it's troubling that there is still such strong discrimination. There is no room for sympathy for Tom, as it's his own doing. That club girl from before, she ended up having the baby. While she leaves her child at a nighttime daycare, she's back at the club, probably looking for a new sugar daddy. A year later, I sold half of my stocks and got a substantial amount of cash. I used that as capital to start my own business, and now I'm crushing it.
Alice, I really need to speak to you. Like, right now.
Hey, Mom. I'm at work at the minute. Can this wait?
No, it can't wait. I need to speak to you right now, so you need to make some time so that we can talk.
Look, give me 5 minutes and I might be able to talk for a little bit.
Well, hurry. It's important.
Okay, I managed to take my break early so I can talk for about 30 minutes. What's so important that it couldn't wait?
You know your sister?
Yes, I do know Charlie. Funnily enough, I've known my sister for all of my life.
This isn't the time for you to be funny.
Geez, okay, what's wrong?
Well, you know that Charlie and George have been going through a bit of a rough patch?
I wouldn't call Charlie cheating on her husband for ages a bit of a rough patch.
That's not important. Anyway, they've split up.
Well, I think I could have guessed that. I just feel sad for Daisy. It can't be easy for that little girl to be dealing with all of this whilst her parents go through a divorce. Not to mention that Charlie is making George fight to even be allowed to see her. I mean, he's done absolutely nothing wrong. She's the one who cheated on him, and yet he's the one who has to fight for the right to see his daughter with the courts? It's ridiculous.
Your sister is divorcing this man, and yet you're rooting for him? You should be supporting your sister and backing her up, not George. Where's your family loyalty?
Where's Charlie's? She had a family with George, and they had a little girl to take care of. And yet she decided to go off and cheat with her coworker? That's not okay. Did she not think of her daughter and how her actions would affect other people? I mean, not only was her family affected, but our entire family and George's was too. Charlie has single-handedly ruined many people's lives, and she's working her utmost hardest to destroy her own daughters as well.
How can you say that? Honestly, I don't know what's gotten into you.
You have to admit that Charlie is one of the most selfish people you have ever met. She doesn't care about anyone but herself, and she will do whatever she wants to do, no matter how it might affect others.
She's a strong-minded woman. There's nothing wrong with that. Anyway, I need you to take Daisy for a while.
Huh? What do you mean?
Charlie's daughter, your niece, I need you to take care of her.
But why?
Well, just like you say, Charlie and George are going through a pretty rough divorce. At the minute, Charlie has full custody of Daisy and she wants to keep it that way. But she really needs a break, so she's going to go on a mini vacation and she needs you to watch her daughter for her.
But she's in the middle of divorce proceedings. She can't go away, can she?
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Why can't you look after her?
Well, Charlie did ask me to, but I just don't have the time nor the patience to deal with the kid. I like being able to do what I want to do, especially now that I don't have to deal with you or your sister anymore. It's nice to be free from the responsibility of children.
So then, why are you asking me to do this? You know that I don't want children at all. I mean, I love Daisy with all of my heart, but I'm not mother material. I don't know how to look after a kid.
Well, you better learn how to look after one, and quickly, because I'll be dropping her off later this evening.
What?
Anyway, you better get back to work. I'll see you later. Goodbye.
Wait. Charlie? What is going on? Why aren't you looking after your daughter yourself? Why is Mom giving her to me instead?
Oh, Alice. Yeah. I just don't have the time to look after her at the minute.
You're fighting to be her mother full-time, and you can't be bothered to look after her because you're, what, too tired? Fed up? Bored?
Look, looking after a child isn't easy. They constantly demand attention. They always need food and entertainment and just general care. It just, so annoying. I just need a little time away for myself.
I'm pretty sure that you can't leave to go on vacation when you're in the middle of a divorce, especially when it's going through the courts. You kind of need to show up and fight your case, even more so when you're trying to gain custody of your child. You need to show the judge that you're responsible and that you are actually capable of looking after a kid, which, surprise, surprise, means not ditching her and going on vacation.
Relax. Family courts like these ones generally always side with the mom in these things. I mean, it's only natural that a kid should stay with its mother. The dad almost never has a chance of getting custody, so I have nothing to worry about.
Charlie, this is serious. You can't just ditch Daisy with me and leave. Now, it's 6:30, so George will be getting to your home any minute now.
What? Why?
Because I told him to go to yours, and to pick Daisy up from Mom's house on the way. He is going to collect some clothes for her and look after her whilst you're away.
What? No! I don't want that to happen. There was a reason why I wanted you to take her and not him.
Well, tough. He is her father, and he deserves to look after his kid if he needs to. Now, he's just texted me. Your husband and daughter have arrived. Open the door. Quickly.
I'm not inside.
Huh? What do you mean you're not inside?
I've already left for my holiday. There's no one in that house at the minute.
When will you be back?
Oh, I'm not sure. I've not been able to make up my mind, so I made the plane ticket one way. Depends how I'm feeling and stuff. I've been very stressed.
So, you just left? Just like that?
Well, yeah. It was easier instead of trying to include a kid to come on the trip with me. Cheaper, too. But now you've just gone and ruined everything by giving Daisy to her dad. I mean, honestly, what were you thinking? I've been trying to keep her away from him for a reason. I didn't want there to be any communication between them. If I'm going to be the one looking after Daisy, then she needs to get used to the fact that her dad will no longer be around. At all. It's either me or him.
How unfair is that on your daughter? She deserves to be able to spend time with both of her parents, regardless of if they are together or not. It should be up to Daisy alone whether she wants to see her dad. You can't decide that for her, especially considering that George has done nothing wrong and would never hurt his daughter, unlike you.
How on earth have I hurt my daughter?
Do you think it's easy for her to have to deal with divorcing parents? It's one of the hardest moments in her life, along with being caught in the middle of a custody battle. If you think that you could have dealt with something like this at the age of 9, then you are incredibly wrong.
She's young. She'll get over it.
Oh my god, Charlie, how can you be so cold and uncaring towards your own daughter?
Look, say what you want, but I'm not at home, so neither George nor Daisy can go into my home. Otherwise, I'll call the police and have him arrested, and that won't look good for him in court now, would it?
You are so cold-hearted. I think George has actually come out on top in all of this craziness.
Why is that?
Because he doesn't have to stay married to you anymore.
Ugh, whatever. Just stay out of my house.
Fine, I will, but you'll regret not being a better mom.
Oh, I'm so scared. Look, nothing you say or do is going to make any difference. The courts will still give me full custody because I'm Daisy's mother. Besides, no one wants to listen to you anyway. You're just a boring dud who people would actually rather never have to spend time with. I know me and Mom don't like spending time with you and your self-righteous attitude.
I see. Well then, sorry to have bored you both all of these years. I'll take myself away so that you don't have to deal with me any longer.
Great. Well, you can stop bothering me on my holiday now. I've got stuff I want to do, and it doesn't include talking to you.
Fine. Goodbye, Charlie. Try to make it back for the court hearing over Daisy's custody, will you?
Uh-huh. Whatever. What the hell, Alice? Why did you just do that?
Oh, hello, Charlie. Why did I just do what?
You just torpedoed any chance of me ever getting to see my daughter again. I mean, how could you do that to me?
I didn't do anything.
You told the judge that I went away on vacation without even arranging proper childcare for my daughter. And then you went on and told him that I refused to let her go into the house to get her clothes or her toys or anything.
Well, didn't you do exactly that?
Well, the judge didn't need to know that, did he? All you had to do was keep your mouth shut and let things go as they should have. I would have ended up with Daisy in my care, and that would have been the end of it. Plus, what was with you showing the judge all of those pictures of me going out and partying with my friends and drinking and stuff? That's just what people do. They have fun and unwind with their friends. It's not a crime.
No, it's not a crime. However, when you go out and party with your friends and don't arrange childcare, and your daughter ends up calling her dad to come and get her then, yeah, it is a crime.
She's 12 years old. She can look after herself.
It doesn't matter. Leaving her alone is still a crime. She might be old enough to understand how to make a sandwich and not burn the house down, but she is still a kid, and she shouldn't be left alone in a house where anything can happen. What would you have done if a burglar decided to break in and Daisy was left there all alone? Not to mention that knowing you would end up taking home strange men and spending the night with them, whilst Daisy was in the same house.
So? What's so bad about me having a little bit of fun? Especially now that I'm single.
Charlie, you have no clue who these men are or what they might do, especially with a kid in the house. It's not right.
Well, so what? Now I can't see her unless she wants to see me or unless I visit her with supervision. I'm not a child. I should be able to visit my daughter and have her stay with me without having to explain myself to anyone. But thanks to you, that's never going to happen now.
No, it's not going to happen. Not until you finally grow up and start taking responsibility for your life and actually thinking about how your actions have consequences. Daisy deserves to feel safe and loved, and that is something that her dad makes sure of.
Do you fancy George or something?
What?
Well, it seems to me that you can't stop singing his praises and thinking that he's the best man in the entire world. Only someone who is, in love with someone would honestly try sucking up to them that much. I mean, I always knew you had a thing for my husband. But to try and make a move on him when I've only just divorced him is ridiculous. Some sister you are.
Okay, first of all, I don't have a thing for George. I think of him like a brother. However, I know he is a much better parent than you will ever be, and Daisy deserves a parent who will be there for her through everything, who will put her needs and wants first, because that's what you need to do when you have a child. They become the number one priority. something that you clearly haven't learned. And secondly, I don't care if you like me as a sister or not. I've learnt my lesson with you, and I know that unless I do whatever you want and exactly what you say, then you won't like me anyway. So, I'd rather put all of my energy into making sure that Daisy is able to grow up safe and loved instead.
Well, that's just not fair. I'm your sister. You should put me first.
No.
No?
I know that you're not used to hearing that word, but yeah, I mean no. You're old enough to sort yourself out. I mean, honestly, I'm younger than you and I have my life together more than you do. You need to get yourself together, especially if you ever want to have a relationship with your daughter. She deserves a mother who actually wants to spend time with her and not just use her to get maintenance payments from her dad.
How did you...
It wasn't hard to guess what you were doing. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'm taking Daisy and George out to celebrate. They're both finally able to relax and not have to worry about whatever crazy thing you're going to do next. Oh, and you don't have to worry about me trying to talk to you, or Mom, for that matter, anymore. I'm not going to bother. After all, no one wants to listen to what I have to say, do they?
Why, you...
See ya. After the custody hearing, I stopped talking to my mom and my sister altogether. They tried to blame me for the fact that I helped George gain full custody of his daughter. However, I would do it again if it meant that that little girl was loved and got to grow up in a safe environment. I see Daisy on a weekly basis and help George out when I can, as being a single dad is hard. Plus, I am her godmother. As for my sister, she eventually stopped trying to contact me, and she ended up moving states with a new guy she met in a club. Last I heard, though, the man ended up leaving her, meaning that she was stuck in a new state and is having to work at a diner in order to make enough money to move back. I'd feel sorry for her, but if she wants to act like a teenager, then that's up to her. I am very happy in my life, and I love spending time with my niece. I just hope that I'm able to be there for her through thick and thin.